Right now, tonight, while you're lying in bed, your brain is gonna do something to you. And you can't stop it. It's gonna shut off your muscles. All of them. Every single one. Your arms, your legs, your fingers, nothing's gonna move. And the thing is, sometimes you actually wake up while that's happening. Your eyes are open, your mind is screaming, but your whole body is just locked in place. Your brain does this on purpose every single night. And the reason behind it, most people never even hear about it. But there's this second thing your brain does while you sleep. And honestly, it's even harder to believe. I'll get to that. If you saw part 1, you already know about hypnic jerks, right? That sudden twitch right before sleep, your brain's emergency alarm kicking in. And look, here's the part I didn't tell you. That jerk, it's actually the last thing your body does voluntarily. Because right after that, your brain just takes over completely. When you fall asleep, your brain kicks in this thing called muscle atonia, and it sends a signal down your brainstem that just shuts off all voluntary movement. Your arms go dead, your legs go dead, your whole body from the neck down is basically paralyzed. And it's doing that on purpose every single night. Because if it didn't, you'd be acting out your dreams, punching, kicking, running, screaming, all while you're unconscious in your bed. The paralysis is a safety feature, right? Like your brain literally locks your body down so whatever's happening in your dreams just stays in your head. But then there are those moments when the timing slips. And when that happens, it turns into one of the most terrifying experiences a person can go through. Sleep paralysis, yeah, you've probably heard the name. And man, unless you've actually gone through it, you don't really grasp how rough it is. Like, it hits in this way where the paralysis is supposed to start after you're asleep, right? But sometimes it shows up too early or it hangs around too long. And suddenly you're awake, fully conscious, totally aware, but you cannot move. Your eyes are open, you're seeing your room, everything's right there, and your body is just completely locked. You're trying to move your hand and nothing happens. You're trying to scream and there's just nothing coming out. And then it gets worse, man, because your dream engine is still running, right? So your brain just starts projecting stuff into your room. Shadows, figures, like this presence at the foot of your bed, or even worse, sitting on your chest, pressing down on you, and you can't move, you can't run, you can't even close your eyes, you know? Every culture has a name for this. Demons, the old hag, night visitors, jinn, all that. Nobody understood the science, but they all went through the same exact thing. Your brain's awake, your body's locked, and your dream engine is just painting nightmares onto your open eyes. Like it's happening right there in front of you. But here's the thing most people don't really get about sleep paralysis. The shadows, the demons, that heavy pressure, it's not random. Your brain is actually doing what it's built to do. Like when you drop into REM sleep, your brain becomes even more active than when you're awake. More active. It starts building whole worlds from nothing. The environments, the characters, the physics, the emotions, all of it happening in real time. And the stuff it pulls from, it's your memories, your fears, those thoughts you didn't really settle during the day. Normally you're fully asleep when this happens, so it just plays out like a dream. You're inside it, you know? But with sleep paralysis, you're kind of half awake, so the whole dream engine is still running. But instead of building its own world, it just lays everything right on top of your actual room, your actual bed. And that shadow figure, it isn't a ghost. It's literally your dream engine projecting a threat into the only space it can register. Your bedroom. Your brain is basically throwing hallucinations at you while you're awake, and you're stuck there, not able to move while it happens. And what gets me is how there are these little things that make it worse, you know? And I'm telling you, at least 3 of them are probably happening with you right now. Number 1, caffeine. it pushes your wake system way too hard. And when it's time for sleep, the whole handoff just gets messy. Number 2, stress. When your brain's anxious, it doesn't shut down smoothly. It kind of fights that transition. Number 3, sleep deprivation. Your brain starts skipping steps, rushing the paralysis part, and the timing just goes off. Number 4, screens before bed. That blue light knocks out your melatonin and your sleep switch gets weaker. Number 5, and this one nobody really brings up, irregular sleep schedules. Your brain doesn't know when to start shutting things down, so it just guesses. And if it guesses wrong, you really feel it. So if you're lying there with your phone, stressed about tomorrow, buzzing on caffeine, running on 5 hours of sleep, yeah, tonight's going to be interesting. Sorry. Now here's where most videos on this topic just stop. Sleep paralysis triggers done. But remember what I said at the beginning? That second thing your brain does that's even harder to believe? So every single night, while you're unconscious, your brain actually shrinks its own cells on purpose. It opens up these channels between neurons and then flushes cerebrospinal fluid through your entire brain. It's literally washing itself, scrubbing out all the toxic waste that built up during the day, the proteins that, if they sit there too long, end up leading to things like Alzheimer's, dementia, all that cognitive decline stuff. And this whole system, the glymphatic system, it only works while you sleep. Your brain can't clean itself when you're awake. But that's not even the wildest part, right? Like, remember in part 1 when we talked about hypnic jerks being this sort of death check, your brain just testing whether you're actually dying? And then you zoom out and realize every single night, your brain goes through this whole shutdown routine. Your muscles go offline, your consciousness fades out, your vital signs dip, and then it starts running all these diagnostics, cleaning itself, replaying memories at ridiculous speed, making choices you wouldn't even attempt while awake. And it's doing this thing where it basically rehearses dying, and then somehow it brings you back. And the thing is, that's not just poetic language. The neuroscience backs it up. The same regions that light up during near-death experiences, they're active in deep sleep too. The overlap is so strong that researchers are literally using sleep as a way to study death itself. So let me kind of reframe what going to sleep actually means, right? Because it's not just you lying down. It's your brain quietly shutting off your muscles, dissolving your consciousness, just sort of taking over everything. It paralyzes your body, builds whole worlds in your head, washes itself out, replays your day, processes whatever you felt, makes choices for you, all while you're gone. And then 8 hours later, it just hands everything back. You wake up like nothing happened. Tonight, when you close your eyes, you're going to notice it. That heaviness, that little drift, maybe that sudden jerk. And now you actually know what's coming after that. Your brain will lock your body, shut down your senses, and for hours it's doing things you'll never remember. Sleep isn't rest. It's the most intense thing your brain does all day. You're just not awake to see any of it. But there's one more thing I haven't told you about, and it's honestly kind of intriguing. Your brain has this built-in system for detecting faces, and it's always running. Like, even in the dark, even with your eyes closed, it just keeps going. And if you stare at your own reflection in a mirror for just 2 minutes, that system breaks down. Your face starts shifting, your features kind of melt, and whatever's looking back at you, it stops feeling human. What your brain does with mirrors, that's next.